Hey Kakashu Parish, I'm Gabe Guillory.
And I'm Olivia Boudreau, and you're watching Cpsb-Tv.
Coming up on Cpsb-Tv, we'll hear about a habit that may be costing teens their health.
We'll get some intel on changes Sulphur High students can expect for uniforms next year.
And we'll take you behind the scenes of our television production class. But first, there's a new alarming trend among middle and high school students that is raising health concerns. It's called Juuling. Reporter Jace Gibbons tells us why this potential harmful habit can lead to big troubles on school campuses.
The use of electronic cigarettes has skyrocketed among teenagers and even preteens.
I started vaping because of stress from school and influence from other kids.
This particular brand of e-cigarettes is called Juul. It looks like a flash drive and is easy to hide at home and at school. The candy and fruit-like flavors such as mango and cream are enticing to kids.
And they think it's cool, and everybody's doing it.
Juuls don't leave much of a smell, so they are harder to detect in school bathrooms and around campus. School administrators are trying to crack down.
Initially, if it's their first time, they would get ISI, but because vaping is so new and so different that we have to take the contents that are in the vape and send it off with the sheriff department to test it just to make sure that there's no illegal substance in it.
Another concern, vaping devices also can be used to consume marijuana, and law enforcement is getting involved.
If you're caught in possession of a e-cigarette or any type of tobacco, you would be issued a misdemeanor summons. You will get a court date. Once you see the judge, you'll be fined $50 automatically. If you're found guilty, it'll be put on your criminal history. So at the age of 17, you'll already have something on your record.
Inhaling vapor from Juuls or other electronic cigarettes is often marketed as a tool to help adults quit smoking. But the liquid cartridges are still loaded with nicotine and chemicals and can be addictive and harmful when inhaled, especially for young people whose bodies and brains are still developing. Jace Gibbons, Cpsb-Tv.
Louisiana law says tobacco products are illegal for anyone under 18. As summer gets closer, many teens are planning on going out and having a good time, but they need to be cautious of how much fun they're having. Reporter Brandy Laughlin tells us some of the dangers of alcohol and drinking in this commentary.
A lot of people drink alcohol for many reasons, but drinking should always be done in moderation. Not only is it harmful for your body, but it's also a huge killer. It kills people mentally and physically. In 2017, 29% of fatal motor crashes were caused by driving under the influence. And it's also known to destroy families and relationships with your loved ones. Many young students throw away their education or their lives just to go out to a party and get drunk with zero responsibility. According to the NSDUH, the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, about 2.4 million Americans between the ages of 12 and 20 report alcohol consumption, and in 2017, 5,135 people under the age of 18 were arrested for driving under the influence. Many people get easily aggravated or become very aggressive when drunk, and this is a big cause of domestic and other forms of abuse. Before you take that next sip, think about those in your life who would be affected. Brandy Laughlin, Cpsb-Tv.
According to the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, people aged 12 to 20 drink 11% of all alcohol consumed in the United States.
Sulphur High students can expect some uniform changes for next school year.
New Principal David Poole says students will only be able to wear a Sulphur High hoodie, either one bought at school or any other Sulphur High hoodie. And students will only be able to wear polos or the Spirit shirt bought at registration on Mondays through Thursdays, and any Sulphur High shirt on Fridays. He explains why.
I've noticed that it's very difficult for the teachers to even monitor who has earned what right to wear what, and so it's almost to the point if they have a difficulty monitoring it, then they just don't check it at all. And so students that haven't earned the right to wear jeans or whatever the reward is, they're still wearing it. So it's not really fair to those that have earned the right.
Students will also be limited to wearing khaki and navy pants and shorts. Sulphur High has been fortunate to have a large number of foreign exchange students that have joined us this past school year.
In this episode of The Exchange, we have a double treat. Meet Mihaela from Serbia and Thiago from Brazil.
Most that I like here is the food because it's really delicious, and I do like the school because it's a lot different. Like, y'all have so many sports and like the education is different. It's a lot easier, and the only reason I don't like the education is that like way too easy and you didn't learn everything what you really need in your life. I don't like that the traffic is like just too busy and everybody's going with the car everywhere. Nobody's using bicycles or nobody's walking around. They're like teens who are like 15 and 16, they already have their own car and they already have like their driving license. For example, in Serbia you have to be 17 and 18 so you can have your driving license, and you're not gonna get a car. Like, your mommy and daddy's not gonna pay your insurance for the car and say like, here you go, you don't have to pay it back. My mom and dad is not gonna do everything for me, and y'all a little bit spoiled, but that's not your fault. At home, in school, you go to elementary school from 1st grade to 8th. You don't have like the 9th grade to 12th grade. You go like in high school and it's like 1st grade to 4th grade. And we have like 14 to 16 courses.
I'm Thiago Ribeiro. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. The culture, the security, and I think the food, music, these things. The weather, I like to be in the street and I can't because it's too hot, and the humidity. So in Brazil, everything starts with 18. Here it starts with 21. So we start earlier, doing things, you know what I'm saying? Like, public schools in Brazil are trash. They're dangerous. Teachers don't go to school and the students don't want to study too. So here's two better.
Before we wrap up our show, we want to take you behind the scenes of our television production class.
Reporter Madison Reeves looks at why some of us are drawn to the world of television.
Students in Sulphur High's TV production class are finding a balance between pursuing their passion and having fun. Students are learning many skills to do with the filmmaking process. Students learn how to edit and work a camera within the first 2 weeks of the class.
I was expecting how to, learn how to use camera equipment, like tripods and external microphones, and learn how to edit video better than I could, because I couldn't very well.
Students in television production will not only acquire skills as far as how to compose shots, how to write conversational stories, how to edit messages.
One skill that it has helped is definitely better camera shots and better angles, and making sure your shots are clear, and making sure that everything it looks good.
Students in the TV production class are getting a head start in the production field. The class prepares them with many social skills and how to tell a story.
A lot of my students who have graduated, even when they start college, they might be 1 or 2, maybe even 3 years ahead of some of the college students because they've had so much time working on the equipment, shooting video, editing video, working in the studio. So they should also acquire a lot of social skills as far as trying to gather information, digest that information, and be able to relay that information.
Many students plan to use the skills they learn in their future. Whether it is for a career or a hobby, these students enjoy making films and producing stories.
Filmmaking and telling a story through film is really interesting. I think it's the best way to push a story or a message, and I feel like pursuing a career in that field could be really fun.
I do not plan to go into the production field, but I do plan to still record videos and take pictures even after I get out of this, because it's enjoyable. It gives me an outlet.
Well, with this I can like produce like stupid skits and stuff outside of school. Like me and a friend were talking about like doing side projects and just making, I don't know, basically stuff we make in this class, but like amped up, I guess.
Students are continuing to learn skills that are fit for production purposes, while having the opportunities to use them on the daily. Madison Reeves, Cpsb-Tv.
This past school year, TV production students have done everything, from filming and streaming football games live to producing promotional videos and public service announcements.
Well, that's going to wrap up our show.
Thank you for joining us, and be sure to follow us at Cpsb-Tv on any of these social media sites. See you next time.